Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny here. Talk a little we're talking a little NHL. I know I'm so excited for spring training. I got baseball on the mind. We're going to talk NHL for Tuesday, February 27th. We're going to talk the Hurricanes in the Wild, and to do that, we're going to bring in one of our leading NHL experts, Mr. Scott Rickenbaugh. Listen, 2-0 on NHL free picks last week. So no pressure whatsoever, no pressure. But we're going to keep this train moving. Carolina Hurricanes minus 135, travel to Minnesota, taking on the Wild. Total sits at 6. Where are you going with this one, Scott?
Well, yeah, and it was a couple of puppies last week too, and this one, when you look at it on the surface, possible home dog opportunity here with the Wild. The Wild come into this one off back-to-back wins. Hurricanes off back-to-back losses coming into this one, and when you look at this situation and you talk about line value, you know that Carolina, with this price of 135 on the road, they'd probably be pretty close to a minus 200 favorite on home ice here. And they lost at home to Minnesota actually back in January. So this is a revenge game for Carolina. And then here's the interesting thing, and what I want to mention about line value, because you don't it's not only to be applied to this matchup, it's always to keep this in mind. When you look at Minnesota right now, they've been red hot on the road. They've actually been cold at home. I think they've won like 7 of their last 9 on the road, which is phenomenal. But Minnesota's actually lost 9 of 13 at home. But yet always, of course, and it makes sense because historically it's a true fact, but home ice gets extra value just like home field in football and home court in basketball. There's always some extra, price that gets added for the home team, in this case in a money line sport like hockey. So the thing is, the price is baked into that. So in a situation like this where you have the Wild, who've actually been playing, if you just blindly the last 24 games with Minnesota played the road team every game, you'd be doing very, very well. And so that's the funny thing is, here you have a price that has that home factor baked into it, and you get Carolina at a great price on the road. So why would you take Carolina here? Well, again, they're off back-to-back losses. They're a fantastic team. They haven't lost more than 2 straight games since early December. We're now almost into March. So that's a pretty long stretch of consistency, and that's normal with the Hurricanes. They don't lose. They don't go on long losing streaks. So I really love Carolina here off back-to-back losses. And again, we get that extra line value because of Minnesota being on home ice. But it's a great spot here with the Wild off back-to-back wins, Carolina off back-to-back losses. Lay it on the road with the Hurricanes.
I like this too as well because I'm one of those guys that after a road trip, when the first team comes right back up day one, I fade that road team. The road team that came back home.
Yes.
In this case, Minnesota Wild, coming off a 3-game road streak, first game back. I'm just like, I like to go with the home team here. This plays into all those factors.
That's another excellent point, Lenny. I like to do the same thing. I always look for that. So that's another one here that's a good point to bring up and keep in mind for the future as well.
Love it. Don't forget, you're looking for more from Scott Rickenbach. Check out picksandparlays.net. Use that promo code Lenny. Save you 20% off your entire purchase at checkout. Get yourself a package, 30-day package, week package. That's where you get a lot of value in those packages. So till then, we're going to go Carolina Hurricanes and the money line when they take on the Minnesota Wild. I'm Detroit Lenny, Picks and Parlays. Scott, we appreciate you stopping by as always. Good luck, everybody. Unless you're against us. Take care.